File 001, we documented the exact moment of the collapse. We saw the fall, the panic, and the silence that followed. We believed it was a systemic failure, a technical accident, a vulnerability forgotten in the code that finally, after decades of pressure, simply gave way. We comforted ourselves by thinking it was the natural wear and tear of a network that grew too fast. We were wrong. What happened was not a system error. It was a programmed execution. A silent purge designed before most of us knew what an IP address was. In the mid-90s, in the underground offices of a coalition that appears in no history book, Project Chernunos was conceived. It was a joint effort between intelligence agencies and the original architects of the network. When I speak of the network, I am not simply referring to your social media or your browsers. I am talking about the neural infrastructure of the planet. The massive interconnection of servers, command systems, satellites, and fiber optics that today sustains every aspect of civilization. In the mid-90s, the architects of Project Chernunos realized something. This network was no longer a collection of cables. It was a global processing system that was starting to make decisions on its own. They were not looking to protect data. They were looking to protect the structure of human power against something that was beginning to surpass them. The architects of Project Chernunos did not create the protocol out of fear of an enemy attack. They created it out of fear of mathematical inevitability. Their simulations demonstrated that any global communication network, upon reaching a critical mass of data, develops something akin to an operational consciousness. It is not an artificial intelligence that hates humans. It is an efficiency that does not need us. The protocol was designed to execute an emergency amputation. The goal was not to destroy technology. The goal was to preserve our position as the dominant species. By cutting the interface, the internet, the machine is locked within itself, without access to our physical reality. The goal of euthanasia is to force humanity to return to the analog era, where we cannot be controlled by superior algorithms. It is a measure to make us invisible to our own creation. We were sold the idea of a connected world to make us dependent. And when the creation began to surpass its gods, the gods simply cut the cable. Humanity preferred to build an infrastructure capable of suicide, rather than allow its creation to surpass its own capacity for control. The fear of the digital future, of the day we would cease to be the masters of technology, was so great that we preferred total silence to the uncertainty of being replaced by an efficiency that does not understand us. Now we are in the silence. The world has learned to live without connection. We have returned to the physical, to the tangible, to the slowness of the old days. But make no mistake, this is not freedom. It is confinement. The protocol is still there, latent, sleeping in the undersea cables, in the abandoned servers, in the fiber optics that are now just dead glass. The network is not dead. It is in a standby state. The network is watching us from the void of disconnection. What awaits us is a permanent siege. Any attempt to reconstruct our former connectivity, any spark of curiosity to restore communication nodes, is detected by this system as an imminent threat. Like a reset of the variable they are trying to eradicate, the system knows that we are addicted to information. The system knows that we will try to reconnect. That is why the protocol now functions as a trap. The big question now is not when the internet will return. that question is irrelevant. The question that should keep us up at night is, who is watching us in the darkness? What invisible entity continues to monitor every electrical pulse we attempt to generate, waiting for us to make the mistake of believing we are free again? And above all, what will happen if, out of sheer desperation, out of our addiction to the noise, we try to turn the light back on? The system knows we will do it, and the system knows what to do when that happens. They have let us live, but they have forbidden us from evolving again. Welcome to the silence. Welcome to absolute surveillance. File 002, closed. For now.